Boom, shakalaka boom. You've tuned in to the free-range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I'm, of course, Clay Edwards. Sitting across from me is Mr. Shaun Yurkturan with the Yurtkuran Law Firm. If you F around, he can help you prevent, possibly, from finding out to the fullest extent of the law anyway. Good morning, Mr. Shaun.
Good morning, man.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. Plug the law firm.
I run the Yurtkuran Law Firm. It is in Fondren, and I do criminal defense and personal injury also. I'm kind of partnering with somebody to do a lot of car wreck cases, and I got a few of those, and I've had some experience early in my career doing those, and but primarily criminal defense, DUI, and everything else, and murder and all that good stuff. So give me a call, 601-906-9094.
Yeah, I mean, just because you murdered somebody in Jackson, well, just because you killed somebody doesn't mean you murdered them.
Yeah, not necessarily. It could be, right. It could be self-defense or something like that. And also at onetextlaw.com, I've got my website working the last year, but I've really got it set up, which has been an investment.
What's it called?
Onetexlaw.com, like one, O-N-E, or you can use the number one. I got it. It directs the same way.
One text
law. Like, Richie's like, one call, that's all. I was like, I'm going to go with onetextlaw.com.
One text law.
Yeah, because you can text me and I'll call you back.
Okay. I got it. All right, so we got Shaun, we got myself. It is a FAFO Friday here on the show this morning. Y'all may notice the show's got a new look if you're watching on the website. We got some cool graphic design done for the live stream, for the video stuff. So shout out to my little dude in Pakistan. I like to keep it local. I used Fiverr, and man, Shaun, as much as I like to keep stuff local and use local, and it's great, but sometimes, occasionally, local will price you out a little bit.
Yeah, it can, and sometimes the quickness you're going to get. I mean, I've been using Fiverr for years,
Me too.
and it's if nobody's used it before, it's very convenient and easy, and they'll do revisions, and you can get it the way you want.
I'll tell you what, that's the biggest thing. You just said it, the revisions.
Yeah,
like they don't get in their feelings.
No.
When I say, oh, can we tweak this? Can we tweak that?
Yeah.
Not quite what my expectations were thinking, and they take it personal a lot of the times. And the Fiverr guys don't. It's just a business. It's boom, boom, very transactional business.
Yeah, they don't care, and I mean, it's I did Lindsay and I's podcast cover with them, and yeah, it's great, and they usually will have about a 48-hour turnaround on most things, so you get it done pretty quick, and it's on like a little clock. If it's over that, you get some discount and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, it's pretty useful. Any graphic design kind of stuff, it's pretty good for, like for websites and stuff like this. So
yeah, for some reason my camera has frozen up on my side, but anyway, we'll get all that situated here at some point in time or another. As long as y'all can hear me, I guess that's all that matters. So, Guns and Gear text line is 769-241-1944. The Mazda of Jackson phone line is 601-879-0002. Hope everybody is having a good morning. I did mention it is a FAFO Friday, which means that we're going to talk about all kind of stuff today. But one of the other things I want to mention is I've decided to have Black Friday 2.0 over on my website. Got the camera back working, I do believe. Over on my website. And if you go buy a shirt or a hoodie right now at regular price, the next shirt you purchase, you will get for 50% off. So what does that mean? That means you're getting a shirt for $15. So buy a hoodie or a shirt at regular price, and you are getting your next shirt. I can't discount hoodies; they cost too much. There's not a lot of markup in them. It's a high quality hoodie. It's worth it. Just trust me on it. But you'll get a shirt for half price, and you support the movement. You support me being able to get up here and continue to speak the truth on a regular basis without having to worry about financial ramifications of upset people trying to cancel your boy. This is the best way you can, other than supporting these sponsors. That is the number one way. This is the second best way. And plus, at the end of the day, it's a badass looking hoodie and shirt.
It's great.
You got the G.I. Joe logo, and then you got the Mississippi Blackout tag one.
Yep.
And I've been shocked at how popular the blackout tag one has been.
You know, the blackout initially I was like, and then I saw it. I'm like, I think that's almost cooler. I liked it even more. You know?
Yeah, thank you.
It looks really good. When people are wearing it, you can really see it better. You know?
Yeah, it does. It's kind of got a little NWO vibe to it.
Yeah,
you know, like the old wrestling shirts. You know?
Oh no, I know.
Yeah, I know you will.
Yeah.
But I got to be careful on this radio station. If I say NWO, people think I'm talking about like George Soros and the Klaus Schwab and the.
See, I wouldn't even know. I know kind of what you're talking about, but I just go back to being a college student in the late '90s and wearing that shirt. So.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I mean, when you say NWO around here, that's
Jameson comes out with a knife.
Yeah, they're the bad guys over here, right. And they are the bad guys, no mistake. But that is not the NWO I'm referring to. Yeah. I'm referring to the New World Order of Wrestling, baby. Anyway.
I mean, it would have been cool to have today's kind of technology back then, where you could have we could be watching a Monday Night Raw and you could just order a shirt immediately or whatever. Instead of because I remember I had to go search for that shirt. It wasn't that easy to get when I bought it back then. I can't remember how I think I found it in a department store or maybe something. Back when you had to go to department stores. Mm-hmm. So
Linda is saying in the chat that it's still showing full price at checkout. Linda, that's because it only includes shirts. If you buy a hoodie or a shirt, the other shirt is 50% off. I will double check during the break, but I made sure it was active before I left the house. That's why I came in here on two wheels this morning. We'll pull it up now just while I'm on there. I know this is riveting radio, but if I tell y'all something, I want to make sure I'm right. We're gonna get into a big show today. We're gonna talk about the universal health assassination. I want to get Shaun's take on it, and of course, there's been more news is broken since yesterday's show that I did with Matt Bishop. So there's a lot to talk about there. I want to circle back to a topic that I wanted to hit Wednesday with Shaun, but we ended up going down some different rabbit holes, and that is Hinds County Constable John Brown and the crime family that he is running or spawning anyway here in central Mississippi. It's almost like the audacity of you to be an elected crime fighter official, and you've got just a level of thuggery in your family that is second to none around here with the homicides, the rapes, the robberies, the shootings, and yeah. So we're going to talk about that. I would definitely want to talk about that. Apparently, he's canceled his Christmas party due to
you don't say
due to the latest shenanigans within his family. One of them decided to cross that river and go over into Rankin County and do a little FAFOing. And, of course, he was driving a 2012 Dodge Charger because they always drive a Dodge Charger.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, and then, of course, just purely coincidental, the other one, the Barack Patton, he got sentenced. I don't know if he got sentenced yesterday, but he got sentenced here in the last month or so. But Kingfish ended up dropping an updated article. He's doing 15 years.
Is that out of Hinds County?
It happened in Hinds County, but he's doing time out in Rankin County, CMMF or whatever.
Well, that's MDOC facility.
Yeah.
So they whatchamacallit. I wonder if he was sentenced it looks like it was in Hinds County.
Oh yeah. Was that happened? I think
the sentencing. Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering if Jody Owen's office did it. Speaking of that, did you see the thing I sent you about the toy drive the DA's office is doing?
Yes.
I thought that was interesting. Just because it was kind of like nothing to see here. We're doing a toy drive. So everyone, I bought a Lego yacht that I'm donating to the district attorney's toy fund. It's a Lego yacht that I'm going to give to them next Thursday, and it's at the cigar bar. So maybe I shouldn't go there with that though.
Possibly. They're doing it at the cigar bar?
Yeah, it is. It's on the flyer. That's why I thought you were thinking funny. It's the toy drive at the cigar bar. That's
funny. I need to check that out.
And I was like, that's why I said, let's get some yachts. So I bought a Lego yacht last night, and as a donation, I'm going to write FBI on the side of it too.
Yeah.
All right, it's 4th Avenue Lounge. That's where they're having it, 4th Avenue Lounge.
4th Avenue, yeah. Yep. All right, so I did just confirm, Miss Linda in the chat that mentioned that it was still showing full price at checkout. It shows the sale to be active. It doesn't require a password, a discount code, or anything. You just simply go to checkout, and it should automatically apply the discount. I will do a test during the break, but look, we're fully stocked on inventory too. I've got everything in stock. And I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be doing that Christmas market this weekend, but guys, get out to Brandon. There's a big Christmas market and ice skating. I can't think of better weather. I mean, they got really lucky with the cold snap coming through to do their outdoor ice rink that they set up there in Brandon. Mm-hmm. It's right behind the Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, the old Rogers Dabbs there on the soccer fields in Brandon, right by Noel Daniels Automotive. I can get the kids out. Y'all go do that, man. Those are good people. All that money goes back to that organization. What are they called? Kind of like the Lions Club type thing.
Yeah,
that's not what it is, but I can never remember. They did the haunted house over there in Crossgates, and it burned down. They're one of those community groups. So now they're bringing they're doing the ice skating. They got a big Christmas market set up out there, and a lot of vendors coming in all weekend. I think they got about 100 vendors.
Wow! So
that's a big Christmas market. But I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be able to make it or not. But we're trying. There's a little sickness in the immediate family, and that takes precedence over going and selling stuff.
Yeah. So
let's do this. Let's just take our first break. Come back, and when we come back, we're going to get into the United Health stuff. They've released a photo of the alleged shooter. I think Shaun and I both got some questions about it. I want to get Shaun's thoughts on it. Shaun believes that this is the most, speaking of united, that this is the most united that America has been since 9/11.
Yeah.
In the death of this guy. We will be right back on WYAB. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. We are live here on 103.9 FM, WYAB, streaming worldwide at WYAB.com, as well as the TuneIn app and Alexa. Just search WYAB. Of course, we are in 4K video on the Save JXN Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble accounts this morning. So you can watch us there, take a part of the live chat conversation. I did just check the Shopify account, and for some reason, Miss Linda is right. It is the promo is not working. There's no justifiable or explainable reason why it's not. The dates are right, the times are right, so I will let y'all know when I get that fixed. Very, very frustrating. I friggin' hate technology sometimes. Very, very aggravating. But so just hold off, or you can just go buy a shirt or a hoodie at full price and not get the discounted on the second shirt. You can always support your boy like that. But let's real quick. Let's take a call here this morning on the Mazda of Jackson phone lines. Hey, good morning. You on there?
Good morning. This is Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Can I get completely off subject?
No, I don't even know if we're on subject. So sure.
Okay. I just want to say to folks tonight. Well, this afternoon, starting at 4:00, running till 7. There's an open house at the governor's mansion, and it's decorated like the 1880s. There's free refreshments there. It's things for adults and kids. My grandkids, as young as 4, have come and just swallowed it up. It's so good. And it's something different. And, on a personal note, I will be down there making photographs and greeting.
Well, 1880, that's back when Jackson was great. So,
yes.
Good time capsule there.
And look, every Capitol policeman in the world is going to be there. They will have, they bring in a lot of state troopers, so it is safe. They're even running from the front of the governor's mansion up 2 blocks, a little street festival. And the governor's, he's trying down there. And for anybody who thinks this is costing the state any money, it is not. It is funded by people who donor and support the governor's mansion. None of this is coming out of the state's pocket. So, and it's, I started when Governor Bryant was there. And it's a great thing. My grandkids, like I say, come in, and my kids now are up in their 40s, and they just love it and enjoy it. So,
hey, buddy,
I enjoy it.
I'm planning on heading down there tonight too. I already had those plans, so maybe I'll see you there.
Hey, I will be making pictures. Come by and let me see you face to face.
Sure.
I won't be hard to miss. I'll be sitting in a little house. I'll have some elves.
Okay, I'll come by and say hello. I will.
And everybody, look, the pictures, they have somebody on staff that makes pictures. They email them to you, and they're free.
Awesome. That sounds great.
I mean, it's just, look, I'm honored to get to go.
Well, good stuff, buddy.
Look forward to it.
I'll tell Shaun how you'll be
Well,
dressed.
look, and by the way, let me give a plug. For those that come, it's just a short, about 2-minute drive up to Martin's, and they could
That
go
I know.
after they leave there and eat, maybe get some adult libations.
That was my plan, buddy. That's my plan tonight. Go down there and then go to Martin's.
All right. Well, look, and Clay, I hope I hope it's not your dad that's ill.
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I enjoy the show, and anybody is listening, come down, and if you do, come by and see me, and you can see me in my alter ego.
Sounds good, buddy. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, y'all have a great day. Enjoy the show, Clay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. For those that don't know, Buddy's Santa Claus.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go say hello to him.
Yeah, y'all go see Mr. Buddy down there at the governor's mansion.
They're doing Capitol City lights, and then there's candlelight, I think, by tour or something. The Department of Archives, I think, has buses that are going to go around downtown Jackson. And it's supposed to be. I've never been before, so we decided we're going to go tonight.
Yeah. Y'all taking the kids?
Just going to be me and her, I think. That was the plan.
Cool.
So we're going to go down there and just check it out.
Have y'all done the Brandon Christmas lights?
She went last night. I was working. I had to work till like 7. I had so much stuff going on yesterday, but she did. She went down there.
Yeah.
I went down there. Looked pretty cool. Looked pretty great.
The drive-through thing?
Yeah. Looked pretty neat.
Yeah, I need to take them out and do the ice skating, too.
Is that over there in Brandon as well?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a drive-through light thing. I didn't know there was ice skating rink.
Yeah, well, just multiple things.
Oh, okay.
They're two different things. You got the drive-through lights over by the amphitheater, and then you got the ice skating rink over there on 80 by Cross Gates.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Completely separate groups and everything.
Okay.
Just different stuff to do.
Nice.
All right, let's jump into it, Shaun. I know you're chomping at the bit. Well, let's talk about the United Health assassination. Where you at with it?
Where I'm at with it, I hope they don't catch the killer. Like, that's where I'm at. If he needs a lawyer, let me know. So anyway, apparently there's this photograph that's going around that purports to be him. We've seen that. So when I'm reading ABC, they say he was staying at the New York City hostel, which is on West 103rd Street in the Upper West Side, and that he had shared a room with 2 other guys, which seems very odd to me that he would have done that, considering that he had this whole elaborate plan, and that he was flirting with the hotel clerk at the front desk, and that's why he took his mask down.
Was it a girl or a guy?
A girl.
Okay.
And she wanted to see his smile, so he smiled. And that's the story that's in ABC right now this morning, that's why they have the identity of. That just seems so odd to me, though, that he would have checked into a hostel when he's planning this, elaborate murder, and would have stayed with 2 other guys that could identify him, obviously easy. But that's what they're saying here. That's what's being reported, that's what happened. That seems really reckless, though, for as good as this guy was at what he was doing. What do you think?
I don't think it was him. In that picture.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I don't.
Of course, but I did see, and I couldn't go back and find it. But I guess a quick Google search, if you want to Google search, use fake ID to check in hostel. Mm-hmm. If that's true, it's probably him.
Yeah.
Or just that guy used a fake ID to get in there.
I see there's a YouTube video about that. And the Fox News has got it up right now.
All right. So what did they say about it?
It says use fake ID to check into. Sources are saying to NYC hostel before slaying. The suspect says, he said the suspect used fake ID and paid in cash. Fox News digital cameras captured officers leaving the Aya hostel on Manhattan's Upper West Side. It's unclear if it's directly related, but yeah, that's what and it's still got the same picture from that, the one that we've all seen on the internet about his face smiling to the hotel clerk. So that makes sense that would be him then if he's, using a fake ID and paying in cash. But why still, though, if you're going to that length, then you're going to stay at a hostel where you're sharing a room with 2 other guys?
I like how we're calling it hostels. Yeah. One of the hotels.
Well, I think aren't they called, like, if you share rooms, I don't know, in Europe that's what they're called. I don't know.
I just know the horror movie Hostel.
Yeah, me too. Actually, the first one's really good.
The first one's good. The rest of them are a bit over the top.
Yeah, they're over the top, right? It's just basically like a bunk where, like, have you stayed at a hostel before?
No.
Yeah, okay. There's one in New
Orleans.
Orleans.
Stayed in hotels.
Well, I've stayed. There was one in New Orleans we used to stay when I was younger, like, because it was cheaper. And
you just share a room with a random person?
Yeah, but we would do it where we'd share it with our friends. We'd have like a group, so it wasn't really like that bad. But they're very popular, like, in Europe to do. And I mean, they have them in New York City. So it seems like if he's going to pay cash and use a fake ID, like, why would you let anybody, like, share a room with somebody and let them identify you? That seems kind of crazy, but but barely that's looking like what occurred. The bigger issue too, I think, and we've been talking about this last few days, is just the reaction to this murder or assassination or whatever you want to call it. And it's nothing like I ever thought I would see. It's people from all, and I judge it from what I've seen on Twitter, which is not something I use as much as you, but I have for this because I'm interested. My own Facebook feeds, social media I'm looking at, the whatever political stripe you are, everybody is like good with this. Like the only people that I see are the self-righteous people that are like, well, I had a wife and kids and all that kind of stuff. And that's like a few of those you see sprinkled places because they feel like that's obligatory that they write that,
That's the same people that are, it's the same people that are mad at me for talking about that guy killing himself the other day.
Right, exactly. But you got to be self-righteous, right? Like I got to virtue signal and do all that kind of stuff and all those, buzzwords. But anyway, so I think it's interesting to me that you see Republicans and Democrats all united saying they got screwed over by United Healthcare or their other insurance carrier, that this is a pervasive problem in this country. And I think that that's great that there's some awareness to that we can all agree that healthcare, whether you agree with me on single payer, you don't have to, but we all agree that there's an issue and we need to maybe look at this issue, that like why everybody has an insurance problem. And that, it pushed to the point where this guy was killed. I'm assuming, what was written on the bullets was like defend, depose, and deny, I think. I'm assuming it's this guy like either lost some sort of loved one to an insurance denial, whether it be a wife, kids, or parents. And I don't know how many other people are in that situation. How many people other got, claims denied because they were, they were good claims, but United Healthcare, who's got, I think, the highest denial rate in the country, I believe I read, something like 32% of claims are denied.
They had some AI software that was they're typing a lawsuit with it had a 91% denial rate.
Yeah, I mean,
accidentally.
I mean,
now I'm going to be clear. I do not, and I told you this privately.
You did, yeah.
I do not think the guy should have been shot. I'm not going to celebrate a CEO getting murdered in the street. And I'm as vigilante justice. I'm as a big a supporter of vigilante justice as anybody.
I know. I
don't think that is not what we need to be devolving to.
This is the first time I'm the harsh one, and you're the one that's like, nah, I don't think we should do it. I'm like, I hope they don't catch this guy. This SOB deserve what he got. That's the way my view is on it, because I think these insurance companies have taken advantage of the public and for so long, and you get what you get. That's kind of what this is going to happen. They put profit over people for decades, and I'm not upset about it. I'm not going to cry for this guy. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to cry for him. But I don't think we should be killing CEOs out the street.
I mean, maybe that's not the answer, but it sure created some awareness to the problem and some unification to the issue, I think. That maybe we'll have a conversation about it that's been needed to be had for a long time. But everybody, like there's an agreement among the political groups, like red team, blue team, that this is something that we all are affected by, and that no one's doing anything about. Like no one, Republican, Democrat, no one is doing anything.
I don't know. Like some of the people who are celebrating this are crazy people like Taylor Lorenz, with the former Washington Post writer. She says, if you have watched a loved one die because of an insurance conglomerate has denied their life-saving treatment as a cost-cutting measure, it's natural to wish the people who run such conglomerates would suffer the same fate. She continues on to say, let's see here, she's got a couple posts. Says, yes, we want insurance executives dead. No, that doesn't mean people should murder them. But if you watch, so I'm kind of reading some screenshots here. She also says, and people wonder why we want these executives dead, and this is in response to Blue Cross Blue Shield in Connecticut, New York, Missouri has declared it will no longer pay for anesthesia for the full length of some surgeries. And that's what we were talking about this morning, was I guess Blue Cross Blue Shield, in the wake of this, they'll never admit that it's in the wake of this, but it's in the wake of this, has shifted course and will now pay for anesthesia throughout the full length of some surgeries. Why would you – somebody explain to me why you would – regardless if we think the guy should be dead or not, I agree 100% that insurance companies are evil conglomerates for the most part, especially when it comes to your medical health care stuff.
Sure.
Overwhelmingly. I've never actually had a bad experience with one, thank God. Even when I had my surgeries and stuff, all's well, ends well. But I understand that a lot of people do. And so I'll be clear about that. But why would you only pay for anesthesia for part of the surgery? It's like, if it takes longer than 30 minutes, you're on your own.
Yeah.
How does that? In what world does that make any rationale?
Yeah, operatively, I don't know how that works. They shut the. I mean, I'm assuming it's not. You have to pay for the rest of it that goes over a certain time limit or something. I didn't read into actually how that operatively is going to work. It sounds ridiculous, but yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. Yeah, I mean, but it's something that they're going to do to. Is it specific surgeries? I think they were saying not all surgeries. Like I guess they're saying, well, this surgery is bad enough, so we'll pay for all the anesthesia, but this one we're not. I don't know. I don't know how they pick and choose that. I mean, and that's the whole problem, really, Clay. When we talk about it, insurance companies dictate care. They dictate care, and they shouldn't be dictating care.
Well, let's back up a little bit. I think hospitals have been ripping insurance companies off for a long time. I think there's more. I think this is not just insurance companies. I think hospitals have been. They can't even tell you how much something costs.
They're like the government, right? Essentially, $50,000 for a hammer.
I think insurance companies are the situation they're in, that they're putting us in, is because of what the hospitals are doing to them.
I mean, I think there's part of that, right? Because like if there's insurance, they're going to overcharge.
Well, yeah, I mean, you literally walk in. Are you paying cash or insurance? Oh, well, it's this much if you pay cash, and it ain't like cash. You mean you're paying taxes, cash,
no,
like that kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's we can rape the insurance company if you're using them, but if you're just paying, we'll give you at a moderate price, but we're going to screw them. Why is that not illegal?
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I think that's right. I mean, that definitely.
I think insurance companies go into this defensive posture. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, no, we're just going to turn this down.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think part of it is that they're doing it to make money. I think they do that too. I mean, right now, yesterday I was reading that the United States has the highest healthcare administrative costs in the whole world. And you ask yourself, why do we? Why is it the highest administrative cost in the whole world? The insurance companies are culpable here too, and but I agree that the hospitals have some liability too in it too. The doctor should be dictating care, regardless of finances. I understand finances is a reality, and you have to. And I mean, I'm not like I'm like a little kid and don't get that, but. If the doctor recommends a course of action, that's what should be covered. I think that's what should be covered. And the insurance companies are getting to pick and choose certain things in that, and I just think that's a wrong way to run a healthcare system.
Yeah, I just but I think a lot of it goes back to what the hospitals are overcharging them.
Well, I mean, yeah, certain things, sure, like, okay, this costs this for this procedure because you have insurance. I mean, I can understand that too. But, I mean, what do we do when a doctor...
Well, there's no clear cost. Like, nobody can tell you what something costs. You got go to the
what
hospital.
The doctor time's worth or whatever, yeah.
Go to the hospital today. I mein, like a hospital. You will just pick UMC. Just not picking on UMC. I'm just picking them because they're the big state-run hospital.
Yeah.
Walk into the counter and say, I need to get an MRI. Mm-hmm. How much does that cost? And see if you can get an answer.
Right. Yeah, because you want to know.
No.
I mean, there's times when insurance cram costs down too. I mean, you've seen that before when you get your bill, like, this is what the cost is and this is what and this is what you end up paying.
Yeah.
Because
here's the thing that kills me is they will call or stay on hold. And I'm going to say this, we got to take a break and then we'll come back pick it up. They will overcharge your insurance company. Like, for instance, let's just pick a round number here. I'm just making up math for the sake of this conversation. Let's say that I went into UMC and I wanted to get MRI and it was $5,000 if I paid it, if Clay paid it. All right, well, that, and then I wanted to do it with insurance. I'm just trying to make sure I articulate this right.
Yeah.
Bear with me. If I wanted to use insurance, okay, well, now it's $15,000. Then I will still end up having to pay $5,000 out of pocket when my insurance company bills me.
Right.
Even though they just made $10,000 more than what it would have been if I had paid it.
Yeah.
That's the hospital doing that.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess your insurance
and the
company,
insurance company
could not charge you that extra money, right? I mean, they could do that.
But they could, but I guess based on your deductible and all that stuff. And again, I know those numbers are wonky, and I'm not saying that's how much it costs. I'm just using that as an example for my story here. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't make sense. Healthcare in this country does not make sense. Anyway,
absolutely does not. No, we agree on that. Huh?
We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Call or stay on hold. The phone line, the Mazda Jackson phone line is 601-879-0002. We'll be right back. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. We are live here on 103.9 FM, WYAB. We got Shaun Yurkturan here in the studio with me. This segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Pops Auto Sales right there on Highway 49 South in Florence, Mississippi. Pops is the clear choice for your next car, truck, or SUV. Did you know that Pops offers a 3-month, 3,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on all vehicles? They also have some extended warranties available. You can even get them with zero down. That's right. You can get a vehicle from Pops with zero down with approved credit. Save a little time and swing by their website in advance to get pre-approved at popsautosales.llc.com. That's popsautosales.llc.com. I got the website pulled up here, man. They got some cool stuff. They got a 2022 Ford Bronco Outer Banks Edition. Black with big black wheels and tires. Looks really, really good. 41,000 miles. Only $46,999. Hey, maybe you need a big Econoline box truck. I mean, I can think of a million things I could do with this thing, especially setting up the show on a mobile show and all that. Anyway, if you need a box truck for any reason, they got a 99 Ford Econoline FE350. It's got about 300,000 miles on it, but only $5,500. Guys, I mean, if you starting a little moving business or need to haul some stuff around instead of dragging, you can buy this truck for less than you can buy an enclosed trailer for $5,500. They got some Econoline vans. Man, pretty cool. They definitely got some stuff for the working class man. They got another 2018 Chevrolet Express box truck, $16,999. How about a OBS? That's right, guys. I said OBS. You know what I'm talking about. My Chevrolet lovers out there. They got a 1989 Chevrolet 3500. It's a single cab dually. This is a rare bird right here. A single cab dually, OBS, 1989, 114,000 miles. It looks to be all original. It's tan on tan, two-tone tan, 21.8. I know that sounds like a lot of money. If you don't know what an OBS is, you don't understand how they're spiking in value and how rare a good condition one is, you won't know what I'm talking about. But my folks out there that know what I'm talking about, y'all need to go check this one out. It's four-wheel drive also. You can look at it on their website right now, popsautosales.llc.com. But hey, look, maybe you don't need a box truck. Maybe you don't need an OBS, old-school Chevy. They got plenty of late-model stuff as well. Tahoes, Broncos, Suburbans, Expeditions, and more. Check them out today. They got a 2010 Ford Raptor also. I need to get off here before I buy something. Check them out, popsautosales.llc.com. Tell them Clay sent you.
Tacking off our discussion there, there was one statistic I did want to give you, and I was reading yesterday. Part of this, what's been going out there is there's been articles talking about the Americans' frustration with the healthcare industry and this kind of morbid glee everyone, including myself, is taking over this assassination. 40% of all U.S. bankruptcies are caused by medical debt. 40%. And I think that's, I think people are mad because these companies take advantage of them at some of the hardest times in their lives, these serious health consequences that they deny coverage, then cause them to have all this massive debt that they have, that 40% of the bankruptcies filed are because of that. And I guess I'm saying there's just this kind of anger over someone's killing. There's something to it, I think is my point. There's something to why people are this mad and united in that kind of anger against it.
Oh, yeah. I get it. Trust me, I do. Having sold cars for 12 years and been in finance, the number one cause for bad credit was medical bills. Mm-hmm. I don't believe your medical bill should affect your credit score.
Me either.
You're talking about a damn house note getting a lump just thrown on top of your credit because you had an emergency, and even if you have insurance. I'm gonna read a text here from one of our texters. Actually, first let's take a call.
Yeah.
Hey, I apologize for leaving you on hold. You're on there.
Hello?
Hey, you're on there.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to talk about what the kind of the root cause of how the insurance process works a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
So with the cost of health insurance is dictated by CMS, Center for Medicaid Services. And so they set a base price for all services that are being rendered. Typically, an insurance contract above that is a percentage above that. So United may be 30% above CMS. So when they're billing insurance, they kind of set a rate that's 200% of insurance, or the CMS rate.
200% above?
200% of CMS.
Wow.
The CMS established rate. So then, because it can differ contract from payer to payer, so United may pay one thing, Blue Cross may pay one thing. So that's why when the hospital bills insurance, they typically bill more.
Right, then you would pay if you were using Medicare or Medicaid, correct?
You would not have to pay that.
Right, yeah. No, that part I knew. That's why certain places don't want to take Medicare or Medicaid because it pays out less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So they will get contractually adjusted off based on the payer contract.
And so certain insureds pay what you're saying is higher for other procedures than like Blue Cross pays a different rate than United would.
Yes.
Okay. How does that get negotiated if you know? Because I don't know. I'm just curious.
Yeah, so typically there's a contract negotiation period when the hospital or provider, if you're the primary care, they negotiate back and forth with the payer. So that's where it becomes in-network or out-of-network, and they can negotiate. So I know that I was working with a client recently that they negotiated a contract, and it was before we came in, and it was an awful contract. It was like 1% above CMS.
Mm. Right, which is not very, which it sounds like that's not very profitable for the insurer then.
No, it's not very profitable for the doctor.
The doctor, okay, gotcha.
So then the rest either go to patient responsibility or would get contractually written off.
Okay, that makes sense. And actually, okay. So all these procedures are like already contractually what they're going to cost each insurer. There's already a contract on each one of them.
Yes.
Okay. And then what is the case for denial of the actual, how does that process work? Or if after like a doctor has recommended a certain procedure for a patient and the insurance company decides to deny it, which when we were looking at like United Healthcare, there's like this 32% denial rate. Do you know what the process with that is? Or?
Yeah, so typically you'd submit a prior authorization, and you'd have to give the medical reasons why. And sometimes and I hate to sometimes side with the insurance company on this, the relationship with the patient comes into effect in that.
Mm-hmm.
So a provider can fill for a patient certain homes, like a doctor can feel for the patient's certain home situation. It's rough, so like, hey, I'm going to admit them to the hospital when all they really need is just IV fluid.
Gotcha. Hey, look, we're bumping up against our break here. I got to take it real quick. Great call, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I
appreciate it. It was very informative.
Yep, appreciate you, brother. All right, we'll be right back on WYAB. Show here with Shaun Yurkturan. We got about a minute before the top of the hour break. When we come back after the top of the hour, we're going to get Shaun to kind of break that down a little bit. We've got a ton of text from people in the medical field trying to explain some of this stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Or kind of give their version of it. Everybody's got a different story. It's very interesting. I did a poll, or not necessarily a poll, but I asked my Facebook this morning, do you trust the big medical establishment, the medical industrial complex? I don't mean your local doctor either. I don't mean the great doctors and nurses at our local hospitals. I mean the decision makers at the hospitals, the people who decide what vaccinations you're supposed to get, the people who decide if you get your medical stuff paid for or not. We're going to break that down and more. Stay tuned. We will be right back. Boom, shakalaka boom. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the radio and online. This is the Clay Edwards Show on 103.9 FM WYAB, streaming worldwide in 4K video at Save JXN on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. Also, check out ClayEdwardsShow.com for any and all links to whatever you may want to find on social media, on the merch site, and more. It's all listed there at ClayEdwardsShow.com, or you can always just go to buyFAFO.com and grab a shirt, hoodie, or whatever. All right, Shaun and I will be at McBee's tomorrow morning for our sports show.
Yep.
It is the championship, conference championship Saturday. It will dictate. It will be the final. It'll be the final Saturday before the playoffs are set. Come out, hang out with us, chill out, even jump on the show if you got a hot take, sports related, you want to get off your chest. Oh, actually, Russ Latino's joining us tomorrow, so no need to no need to come ready to talk sports smack. But still come hang out with us, watch the games, chill out. We usually stay and watch about at least half of whatever early games on. If there's even an early game tomorrow, I don't know with the conference championships, if anything's starting at 11.
Neither here. Iowa State, Arizona State are 11.
Is that 11?
That'll be a good one too, though. That's going to be a good game.
That will be. That's an important game too. So come out, visit us. We usually get going by about 10:30. If not, if you can't make it out, watch it on your phone, your computer, your laptop, your iPad, or whatever. It streams live across all the aforementioned social media platforms at SaveJXN. It's also, if you're friends with Shaun on Facebook, it'll be on his Facebook page. So check it out. It's our sports show. The Worst Damn Sports Show, period, has been the working title. So check that out. It'll be a good time. We're live there at McBee's. Just something fun that we do on the side to decompress from all the politics and culture war stuff. If you're looking for somewhere to eat lunch today, check out Martin's at Livingston. It's Fried Chicken Friday. Check out Martin's in downtown Jackson. They open at 11 o'clock. They serve lunch till 2. And, of course, you got the full menu available from 11 a.m. till 2 a.m. every day downtown. I think Livingston closes around midnight. If you're out riding around this morning, you're hungry, looking for somewhere to eat, looking for somewhere to grab some gas, and you're in the Madison County area, consider Martin's Market, located right there at Livingston. Grab one of their fresh, made-from-scratch sausage and biscuits, Southern style. Sausage and biscuits. Not an empty pan of biscuits over there at all. Well, it will be by the time they're all sold out.
That is the saying of Mississippi for a long time.
Pan of biscuits.
Pan of biscuits.
So swing by Martin's, check them out. If you're looking for some live entertainment tonight, of course, both places, downtown and Livingston, have great live entertainment. They do the full bands downtown. You can check out their website, martinsdowntownjxn.com, see which great concerts are coming to town. I know local favorites, the Weeks, are getting ready to do their big Christmas shows. They do them every year. That should be great. And they have the acoustic acts there at the Livingston location. You can check out their Facebook page, Martin's Livingston, and see who is playing up there. I'm just looking on their website, their Facebook page here real quick for the Weeks. Yep. The Weeks with the Smokies will be playing Friday, December 20th and Saturday, December 21st. They always do back-to-back Christmas week shows there at Martin's. So tonight, Cookie Woo is playing at Martin's downtown. Cookie Woo was one of our finalists in the big open mic competition that we did. They're a brother-sister rock band from the Meridian area. They play a lot of really, really good rock covers. They do originals too. Like I say, a younger brother and sister, but they clearly grew up in a household with some great parents who I have met that force-fed 80s rock to them. So they're big GNR fans, Poison, that kind of stuff. A good 80s rock, Motley Crue. So that's their influence. Chad Wesley is their producer on there for their original stuff. So anyway, if you're looking for a great rock show tonight, swing by Martin's downtown, Cookie Woo. And, of course, Martin's is also one of the best sports bars in the area. So if you're looking for somewhere to watch the games tomorrow, you're not going to come join Shaun and I, swing by either of the Martins and watch some great football on their multiple TVs and patios. All right, Shaun, let's jump back in, shall we?
Yeah. I thought about something we were talking about in the break, not necessarily about the nominees, but just kind of sparked tell me what you think about this. We talk about constantly about the election of Donald Trump and how he's kind of a guy that wants to shake things up. That's been the whole kind of theme of it, right? I mean, things with his appointments and shake the system up. To me, this is the chance, to have somebody with that attitude to shake the healthcare system up. That's something it seems that we all agree on that needs a reformation. Because it didn't seem like your standard variety Democrat or Republican were ever going to do that. And I think now that this issue, this assassination of Brian Thompson, puts this issue before him, like, look at the public. They are mad about this. There is a problem that people are having with their healthcare providers, and that somebody needs to do something. So I don't know. Maybe there's something that, switch. I know he didn't talk about that during the campaign, and it wasn't. But now we've got this issue that is before everybody that, you can plainly see the public's got a problem with. And it'd be nice for somebody to actually run with it.
I saw where United Healthcare only runs at about a 2% profit margin.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, you really can't. I mean, it's hard to sit here and 100% call them the bad guy at a 2% profit margin.
Mm. Yeah, well, if that fits that, yeah, I've got to look at that. I don't know. I've delve into all their finances. Obviously, aren't they like one of the fourth largest companies in the country behind Apple? I think.
Yeah, they handle a lot of They move a lot of money through the system, but only operating at a 2% margin. Now, granted, it's a big 2%.
Yeah.
But still, that is not a very high profit margins, but with all the payouts and stuff. So I think there needs to be something done. I don't believe in government, coming in and taking over healthcare. I think it needs to remain a for-profit business because that's how you get the best healthcare. That's how you get the best advancements in technology and advancements in healthcare is for profit. There needs to be people need to have that drive, and money is that drive. But it needs to be more transparent on how you're being paid, and the fact that two different insurance companies can negotiate different prices. I'm not buying a damn car.
Yeah, that's an issue, and I go back to what the caller had said. I mean, he made some good points, but the one thing he was talking about, well, the insurance company decides whether the doctor had some relationship with the patient. I'm sorry, the insurance company didn't go to medical school. Like the doctor, to me, dictates care. Like that's why they went to medical school. Just like I dictate trial strategy with my clients. Like that, I make those decisions, and because I'm the one who's trained to do that. Yeah. And the doctor is the one who's trained to make medical decisions, not the insurance company. And that's my problem. Like, why are they dictating care? Now, I don't have an issue. I agree with a lot of things you just said about how that's where you get innovation from. Money is a motor, and I'm a capitalist, just like we are the same on that issue. We know we really both are the same on that.
Sure.
But that being said, there still has to be kind of some standards here where they can't dictate care of patients. And you can still make money, but just not dictate the care. That should be left up to the doctors and not the insurance companies. And I think maybe that's a place to start. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how the legislation's written for that, but I think that they should have absolutely no decision-making when it comes to that. The doctors should.
Yeah, Shaun, it's kind of like the government buying a $40,000 hammer.
Yeah, right. The old Grace Commission report. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think you need a little bit of doge in the medical industry.
Yeah. Something.
They would approve a lot more if they weren't being overcharged on everything.
Right, but if they're like you said, if they're negotiating those prices, why are they? You know what I mean?
I get it, man.
That's their negotiation. They're saying, okay, we'll agree to pay this for whatever. And
again, I'm not defending the insurance companies here. They're generally speaking. Now, I'm not talking about our good insurance agents. You need a good local insurance agent. Get you a good local insurance agent. I'm talking about these mega conglomerates aren't good people. Now, I've seen a lot of people complaining about the guy making $10 million. I mean, look, if that's what he's earned, you still need people who can run these big businesses, and you got to pay them. I don't have a problem with people making money. If that's what he negotiated for his pay, then so be it. But I have a problem with this guy is he was running a hustle and doing not a pump and dump, not like Hawk Tua. Right. I want to talk about that too. Okay. But he did some insider trading and profited a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people lost money. Mm-hmm. How is he still the CEO?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, he ain't no more.
He ain't no more. No, he's shoveling coal right about now.
You're involved in insider trading, and he was supposed to have spoken in front of Congress here in a week or two or something like that. And now he's not. I think the person that killed him, I said this on the show yesterday, I don't think it's a scorned medical reason. I think it is a scorned financial investor. And it's set it up to look like a scorned medical payout issue.
You know me, I'm always the most anti-conspiracy person, but here when we were discussing this the other night, I'm like, you know what? This is the one time where I'm saying that's a big possibility. That's an option that was one of the things.
And then when they put the name of that book on the bullets, like I think it's just more of I hate the term false flag,
right?
But it's a misdirection.
Yeah, misdirection. It could be. I mean, if that came out, I wouldn't be shocked. If it's if a scorned person, I wouldn't. I think we might be able to find out. I feel like if it was what you're saying, the DO, like an insider trading kind of guy, they would have been a better job of concealing this guy's identity, the assassin. Or they would have killed him already.
Yeah. See, I was thinking yesterday that it was a professional hitman, just based on how confident his body language looked in the act of the killing. He did not seem surprised. He knew exactly what his gun was going to do and knew how to react. He had not his first time shooting that gun.
He looked like Agent 47, from Hitman. I mean, the video game. He did.
Let's take a call real quick on the Mazda Jackson phone line. Hey, good morning. You're on there.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm just going to say, man, all insurance is such a damn scam. It's unbelievable. I mean, something as simple as child care, okay? I mean, you look at how much people pay for child care every week, every month. It's because of insurance. My company got bought out earlier this year, I paid $30 a month for life insurance for 15 years. Do I get a penny of that back? Out of dime. Nothing. I mean, my auto insurance, been with the same place for forever. And my wife scrapes the side of the fence for my truck, cost them $5,000. What do? They raise my freaking insurance. Are you kidding me? I've been with them forever. Never had a claim. I mean, how do you even justify that?
Yep.
No, you're 100% right. You should be rewarded for not having claims for an extended amount of time. And if you have a claim, say, hey, you know what? Nobody got hurt, no harm, no foul. You're good here.
Yeah, no, I agree. But we're not. I know Clay and I have talked about this on air, but there's a documentary, and I made Lindsay watch it the other night, called Hot Coffee, about tort reform that happened in the late 90s and early 2000s. And they sold it to the public. If you reduced your legal options in court, that your insurance would go down. Well, you know what's happened in the last 25 years? It's gone up. I mean, nobody, and they reduced their liability. They're it's amazing. No, I'm with you. It's a scam. So,
I mean, tremendously. I mean, I'm paying between auto, health, life, almost $800 a month.
Yep.
And how many times I use it in a month? Zero.
Yep.
Especially like my life insurance. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And then when I die, my kids and my wife are going to get taxed on that. Are you freaking kidding me?
And then did you throw in your homeowner's insurance too? You know, because that's right. We all got that bundled with. Yeah. I mean,
go ahead and throw another $100 on there.
Yeah. You know? Right.
Just got some breaking news here from Fox News. About 9 minutes ago, CVS Health yanks executive photos off website amid CEO hunt, the killer hunt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe they effed around and found out, Clay. I mean, that's what's happened. Like the entire public is nobody is feeling bad for this guy, and there's a reason for it.
I was telling Matt Bishop yesterday off air, but when we wrapped up yesterday's show, we talked about this all day or all show, and I said I would love to be in the executive security business today, the high-end private security business. I said, man, those
Blackwater.
Those phones lit up. They're naming their price this morning. If you're a high-end CEO,
let's start our own business or something.
There's probably about to be a bunch of Secret Service guys out of a job, so maybe they can get into the CEO guarding business.
Right.
Well, hey, look, brother, great call, man.
Have a good one, man.
Thanks, man.
You too, man. Thank you. You know, I mean, all kidding aside, the Mazda Jackson phone line, if you guys want to get anything off your chest this morning, is 601-879-0002. Of course, the Guns and Gear text line is 769-241-1944. Shaun, like all joking aside, I seriously think the private security business is going to be a good one to get in. I mean, the high end executive, like the former military, Secret Service type guys that do these big time Elon Musk type security projects.
Yeah,
Donald Trump private security, non Secret Service stuff. Like, if there wasn't already a big market for that, it's about to be a very, very profitable business. And that was honestly just one of the things I found shocking is this guy didn't have security. Like, in that position, already receiving threats anyway, and making $10 million a year, he wouldn't have had to pay for that. He could have United could have paid for that. I don't know what that noise is. It sounds like somebody's drilling something downstairs.
Thanks, guys.
Sounds like a bandsaw.
Yeah.
So I do apologize, but yeah, I was shocked he didn't have security.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's the CEO of like Apple. Like, is going to be really pissed about their iPhone? Like, not really. Right?
Not the point of killing somebody.
Not the point of killing somebody. So, but you're the CEO of the company with the highest claim denial rate in the nation, and an industry that everyone agrees that they all hate. I mean, that's can you think of another one that's more hated than the insurance industry?
Yours,
the lawyers. Yeah. That's close. Right there, close.
Conservative talk radio guys.
Conservative, Kim Wade. He's got his own.
Yeah, but all right. Look, let's take a break real quick. We'll be right back on WYAB. I'm gonna go kill somebody downstairs with a bandsaw real quick. We'll be right back. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here live on WYAB. Streaming worldwide, WYAB.com, as well as in video on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble at SaveJXN. This segment brought to you by our friends at how about my good friends over at Guns and Gear. Hadn't talked a whole lot about them this week. We've said the Guns and Gear text line a bazillion times, but look, get over there. Highway 51 North in Gluckstadt, Mississippi for all your guns, ammo, Cerakoting, and gunsmithing needs, accessories. They got it all at Guns and Gear. You can shop them online. Their brand new website, gunsandgear.co. That's it, gunsandgear.co. Just like Guns N' Roses, but gunsandgear.co. And look, guys, maybe you have spent a little too much money over the year. Maybe you thought Kamala was going to win. You were really going to have to anchor down, get ready for the Civil War, and you bought a couple extra guns you didn't need. Well, you never don't need them. You know what I mean. But maybe just a couple extra that you're not going to immediately need, and you need to go buy a Christmas present. Go sell them to Guns and Gear. They will pay you top dollar, fair market value, should I say, for your previously used or never used firearm that you were stockpiling for the Civil War that has yet to come to fruition. Thankfully, Trump won. Kamala didn't. You would have definitely needed it. But neither here nor there, they got you covered at Guns and Gear, locally owned, locally operated. Hunter and his team will get you rolling today, whatever you need. They've always got some kind of specials going. They got their deals of the day. It's just a fun store to go hang out in. It's a gun store, for goodness sake. Check them out. Guns and Gear, Highway 51 North, Yandell Road in Gluckstadt, Mississippi. Right next to a barbecue restaurant. Guns and barbecue. Come on down. And there's a craft beer store. And there's a craft beer store in the same shopping center. You got beer, barbecue, and guns all under one roof. I mean, I may just rent a spot and put up a cot. Anyway, check them out. Speaking of the Guns and Gear text line, or speaking of Guns and Gear, let's go to the text line real quick and kind of see what we've got going on there. Tim says everyone needs to go home and watch The Rainmaker tonight. It explains the insurance companies perfectly.
Oh, it's the book is excellent. The movie is one of my favorites. It's it's a John Grisham novel. The movie's with Matt Damon and Danny DeVito. I do John Voight. Recommend anybody watch that movie. It is so good. And the book is even better.
All right. Watch it. I will have to check that out. Okay, I'm not going to mention her name because she's in the medical field and just, whatever. But on the text line, one of our loyal listeners says they use Evercore, which is a third party that all pre-search for tests and other stuff goes through to be approved or denied, and they deny more than they approve. We're talking about, I guess, the hospitals.
Yeah, it's like I guess a software program they use.
Yeah, software. Right. She goes, the patient pays the rest of the bill. I have to get a pre-cert, and I have to put it in. I have to put in information on a website and sometimes send records, and they will tell me approved or denied right then. Example, you need a MRI on your back, and a lot of insurance companies will deny the MRI if they haven't met the, quote, their criteria, like 6 weeks of physical therapy, and then come back in to see doctor so they can document you still have if you still have issues after your physical therapy.
Right.
Then we are to submit the request, and they may approve it, and then instead of just going by my doctor's recommendations the first damn time. Mm-hmm. I think I understand what she's trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, they want you to go through jump through all these hoops basically before they pay for the care that the doctor has ordered for you, because the insurance company knows better somehow, which is unbelievably ridiculous. So
Fred says the guy did have security; they just weren't with him that morning for some reason. Which that brings up another point that Matt Bishop and I spoke about a little bit yesterday. That guy knew he was going to be walking out of that hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Close to that time,
because he was waiting in Starbucks, wasn't he?
He had gone into Starbucks, and he had also been seen pacing out there. Mm-hmm. About 10 or 15 minutes prior. Now, look, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out where somebody's staying. You can kind of call randomly and, just play the whole, contact me to so-and-so's room. You don't have to ask if he's staying there.
Yeah. There's
the other way around of assuming he's there. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, okay, please hold, or he's not available right now, or whatever. Then people were saying, well, how did he know he was in New York? Well, it was an investors meeting. If you're an investor, mm-hmm. that goes back to my point of why I thought it was an investor.
Yeah.
Somebody scorned financially, not I guess you could be scorned financially and medically simultaneously. obviously. But
Sure.
you know what I mean? I think it's an investor. They knew he was going to be there because they get the investor's email about the investors meeting. They go to it. They figure out where he's staying. Maybe there was a corporate hotel that was involved in the meeting. You know, Shaun, you've been to conferences.
Yeah, sure.
And there's always a sponsoring hotel for conferences, ball tournaments, so on and so forth.
Right.
You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, okay, well, everybody else is staying at the Hilton. He's probably there too.
Sure.
Because he walked out of there at 7 a.m., and then he was going to the meeting that was at another facility. It was not on site.
Yeah.
Because that was something Bishop and I talked about yesterday. Was the conference at that hotel also, or was that where he was staying? Because if it's where he's staying, it is another little level of, did somebody tell him? You know, how did he know? Because I'm kind of working through this in live time.
Yeah,
here.
sure. No, I can see. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios, and I think your scenario makes sense that they could have been investors. My only issue with that
He thought maybe it was somebody that even worked for the insurance company.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I think that's a possibility. I think I feel like
He suggested that anyway.
If it was somebody with financial means, that this would have been done just a little bit better, though. Like, or I think this assassin would be dead. Like, I think he probably would be dead already. Like, I don't think he'd be alive if it was somebody that had money, a lot of money invested in this thing.
He could be dead.
He could be. He could be dead. Absolutely, he could be dead. I that's a good. I mean, he might be dead right now. But I think if I will believe the investor theory if this guy's dead.
What's your theory? Well, explain. Let's work through this a little bit. What do you mean he would be? You mean that they just used him as a patsy? And
Yeah,
killed
absolutely right. I think if it was somebody that was angry over their wife, child, or parents being a claim denied, or they died, or something like that, they're not going to kill themselves. They're just going to go do it and whatever, or they're going to.
To me, that is somebody who would take him out and then go kill themselves. Mission accomplished. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life in jail.
If they killed themselves, yes. But if this person has been killed, I'm going to go with it's somebody with financial means and a financial interest in this whole thing.
So you think if that's the case, that they hired a hitman and then hired another hitman to kill that hitman?
Absolutely, yeah. Or something like that, right? Which happens routinely in those kinds of situations, right? I mean, the patsy dies. So let's look at Lee Harvey Oswald.
I'm not calling you a liar by no means here, but give me an example.
Lee Harvey Oswald is my number one example.
Yeah, but that's the presidential thing there. I mean, give me a corporate example here. Something more relatable.
A corporate. I don't know if I can give you a corporate example. I know the mafia routinely does that, where they'll kill the hitman. Like they'll outsource it and they'll kill them. So that's happened on a number of occasions. Like my number one example would be that I could think that everybody would know would be JFK. That because I mean, no way does anybody believe that Jack Ruby just was so distraught over the murder of the president that a mafia connected strip club owner that he just decided to kill Lee Harvey Oswald on his own volition. That obviously was a setup.
Well, what I want to know, because he knows, I didn't want to get into a JFK.
I just use that as my example, right?
But I've never thought about this till you just said it. As far as Jack Ruby being the strip club owner, nightclub owner, whatever it was, and go do it on camera, knowing his life is over.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to jail for the rest of his life at that moment.
Right.
Where the mafia clearly had a gun to his family, somebody in his family's head, saying, you go do this or I'm killing them.
Well, that's kind of what he told the Warren Commission, the commission that investigated the JFK assassination, and basically that he couldn't really talk because there were reasons for it because he was going to die soon, which he did. He did die in prison. I don't know how many years. I forgot how many years after that was. Not long, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was so ridiculous that the story that he gave initially was that he wanted to spare Jackie Kennedy a trial. I mean, the strip club owner from Dallas wanted to. No, I mean that was just obviously this was a organized thing, and he was put up to do that to kill Lee Harvey Oswald. So, and that's where I'm getting my inspiration for. I feel like that this was like an organized financial conspiracy. That this guy would be dead, I think.
I disagree with you on this one, on that, but and I can't believe that we're flipped on this.
I'm the conspiracy. Right?
Yeah. I can't believe we're flipped on this.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think that's a bit. I think that's a bit of a stretch there. Let's read a few more texts, and then we're going to take a break and shift gears. I want to get into this. I've talked about it too much. I got to talk about the John Brown crime family a little bit, but I do want to read some of y'all's texts real quick on the Guns and Gear text line. Hunter texted in and said I needed to drop some stickers off at Guns and Gear, some show stickers. I will do that. Jace asked, "What's OBS?" OBS is old body style. Old body style. Let's see here. Unknown texter, tell Shaun he's got to wear matching PJs for the next show of Miss Beckham.
Yeah.
I told him last night. I picked at him. I said, Shaun, if y'all ever do that, That's going to be your promo photo forever.
Oh, yeah.
Then I did text him back
great.
and told him I was kidding. I said, no, if you love that girl, damn it, put on those pajamas.
Oh,
I did.
thank you for reading our private text online for that. That's great. So, I got something here, Clay said.
Hey, I have a soft side.
Yeah.
I have a soft side. Wear the pajamas. Wear the pajamas. Jerry says, and it's not private. I mean, come on. Lindsay put it on Facebook.
She did.
Jerry says, I have another John Grisham book movie, The Pelican Brief.
Terrific. It's
Yes,
great.
yes.
That is and actually that is one where the movie was as good as the book, which is rare.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the Pelican Brief movie, the book is great too.
I just thought all those Grisham movies that came out in the 90s were great.
Unbelievable. Like they were, like the
What's the one
client.
that was filmed in Memphis?
That's The Firm.
The Firm, yes. That was great.
The Firm, The Client with Tommy Lee Jones is really, Susan Sarandon, really good. The Rainmaker, Time to Kill. I mean, there's just a bunch of them that he did that run in the 90s that were just excellent.
I mean, again, I don't think the guy should have been killed, but I know there's a bunch of people out there right now channeling their inner Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
Oh, there's a lot of that. And I just saw, I had a Facebook post, just that joking, the guy, it's the assassin smiling, that picture. And I said, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And so, of course, everybody's laughing at it. Then somebody had to virtue signal. There's always the virtue signaler. Like, there's always the person that's, I can't believe you're doing this. This is sick. And shut up, everybody. Like, the insurance companies have raped and bankrupted people for generations. Let's get over it. Why people are mad. There's a reason everybody's pissed off.
I know.
There's a reason.
It's like the people who are mad at me for talking about the guy who jumped in front of a car the other day. It's like, look, man, I'm not. We have reached a point in this country, and we're going to take a break out of this. We've reached a point in this country where we are expected to have endless amounts of sympathy and empathy for everybody that gets themselves in a bad situation, regardless of the damage left in their wake. Constantly, and I am tapped out of sympathy and empathy. I have more of that for random dogs on the streets than I do half the human beings out there who have gotten themselves in a bad situation because they've effed around and found out.
Couldn't agree with you more on that. I mean, just especially, what I did for so long over the DA's office, I know you and I are real big dog people. Like, I see a picture of a dog dying, I lose my ass. It just really gets to me. But if I see some drug dealer get smoked, I don't feel bad. And I got conditioned through that for years. But what I learned in murder situations, not all the time. There's good people that get murdered, and it's horrible, and that is bad, and that does get to you. And some of it stuck with me for 20 years now. But the majority of it are people that are in bad situations. They put themselves in bad situations, and it's hard to find a lot of empathy for that. I think because of that. Now I guess people would argue, well, just because you're a CEO of but your industry is known for bankrupting 40% of the people that file bankruptcy and denying the claims of people that are family members are dying, wives that are dying, children that are dying. There is a reason people are mad at you. And you have done nothing to rectify that except, trying to make more money. So this is just, people are not going to be like, oh my God. It's not like if give me an example of somebody that's beloved that just dies and everybody's like, oh my God, that person was such a good person and I feel terrible about it. Person was so giving and charitable. No, this is the head of an insurance company. Nobody feels bad and everybody needs to get over that.
Let's take a break.
Yep.
We'll be right back. My rant. No, I love it, brother. That's what we do this for. That's why they listen to us. Yeah. We'll be right back. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show with Shaun Yurkturan here on a FAFO Friday. I still have not gotten the discount code to work over on the website, or just the discount to work over on the website. I guess I'm just got to go in and change the price for the day. That's probably the best thing to do. I don't know. No, then I can't do that either. But I will figure it out. There will be a FAFO Friday special on buyfafo.com at some point today if it'll ever start working. But if not, in the meantime, get over there and just buy a hoodie or a shirt and support your boy. With that said, this segment, on the weekends, we like to push things that are weekend-centric. 042 Wine and Spirits is very weekend-centric. Get over there today for your favorite bottle of wine or liquor. They got you covered. They got all the setups and stuff available, too, all your mixers. We're living in the golden age of Bloody Mary mixes, prefab Bloody Mary mixes. And they've got a bunch of great craft ones over there. Maybe Bloody Marys aren't your thing. They got the margaritas mixers and all sorts of others for great setup, White Russians, eggnog, all of that stuff. So get over there, check them out today, and get a great bottle of your favorite wine or liquor. They've got the Christmas boxes in. Y'all know I love the Christmas boxes with that comes with like the rocks glasses or the shot glasses, the collector's editions. They got all that stuff in stock now for different liquors, whichever one they have available. You have to check them out in person for that. But get over there, see them today. Locally owned, locally operated, the best selection of wine and liquor in 042 Brandon for sure. Right there next door to Sonny's Barbecue, 042 Wine and Liquor. And don't forget Havana Smoke Shop in Jackson and on the Res. Swing by and grab a cigar of your choice. They got a bunch of high-end brand cigars. Get by, grab one. You know what you like. They got them at both locations, Frontage Road in Jackson and right over there on the reservoir, close to Fannin Mart. That's Havana Smoke Shop. All right, Mr. Yurtkuran.
Yeah. We made enough people angry?
I'm sure we have. The Guns and Gear text, we actually saw somebody says they couldn't agree more. It says, Clay, I couldn't agree more. Neglected animals drive me crazy, but most of all, these sorry-ass people who get themselves in bad situations affect me almost none. Earl and Madison. Yeah. And, that's what Shaun and I continued that conversation during the break.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go into all the details, but we've got to quit expecting everybody to feel equally bad for everybody.
Yeah.
That gets themselves in a bad situation. Like, if this is a touchy subject, I understand, but if a kid overdoses and dies or kills himself, I have a lot of sympathy for that kid and that person if they get themselves in that situation. And I'm not going to most likely talk about that. Mm-hmm. If somebody decides to go get messed up and literally play in traffic and get themselves ran over on purpose, I'm going to talk about that person. That person is not going to be memorialized in the same way.
Or somebody goes into a convenience store and robs it, and the clerk shoots their ass.
Yeah, I got video.
And he dies. Am I supposed to feel bad about that?
No,
like that's.
I celebrate that.
Yeah,
I celebrate
just
that.
Don't
the way people are celebrating the insurance guy getting killed.
Yeah.
I celebrate a thug getting his cat peeled back, robbing a store or anything else in Jackson, or pick the Democrat-controlled city or any other city.
Any other city where this could happen in Brandon. Yeah. I mean, if the guy that's robbing the convenience store and, just sticking a gun, and, I've talked to so many armed robbery victims, and this is, getting off the murder subject, just people that have been armed robbed, it's so traumatic on them for the rest of their lives, where they deal with that, right? I've just talked to so many of them, all these cases. So you're going to go stick a gun in some dude's face, and he's got a wife and kids, and he's just trying to work, and you get killed, and I'm supposed to, no, I don't feel bad for you. Sorry.
Not the least little bit. I got a video of a couple little thugs rolling up into a store in New Orleans and getting peeled back. I shared it on my Twitter. I was about to do it on the live stream here, but the radio audience wouldn't be able to see it, so it'd be kind of a moot point. But y'all can go look on my X account. I retweeted it, and it's from a group. It's from a page called Fix New Orleans. So I reached.
That sounds like your spirit animal over there.
Well, funny story. I sent him a message yesterday and said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna read it real quick." I said, what did I say? I said, hey, great page. I said, mine started out as something similar about Jackson, but the longer I did it, the more angry I got, et cetera, et cetera. I said, but keep up the great work. And they said, hey, Clay, thank you. I really appreciate your kind note and encouragement. I have watched what you were doing in Jackson for years and kind of based my model on your work.
That's awesome.
I influenced this page exists because of Save Jackson, basically.
That's terrific.
And I was like, wow. And they got way more followers than I do and stuff, just bigger city.
Yeah, huge city, right? How many followers they got?
They got it on Twitter, over 10,000.
What's it called now?
Fix New Orleans.
Okay, I'm going to follow that. What's his name, like Trey Edwards or something? Like he's got
that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. That'd be great. I'm not sure the person's name, but it's at FixNola.
At FixNola.
At FixNola on Twitter or X.
Okay.
And so come to find out, they've been following my page, and it inspired them to start a page. And it's great to see people are fed up of this kind of behavior in their communities. But
yeah.
Circling back to the sympathy industrial complex, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not the least bit sorry because I'm not going to put everybody on the same pedestal. I'm not going to do it. You know, y'all tell me that we're not supposed to mention mass shooters' names because that's what they want when they kill. You know, when they go out and do a mass shooting and kill themselves, they want to be remembered as one of these infamous mass shooters. Well, that's how I look at certain suicide victims that decide to go jump in front of traffic or go sit in the middle of the interstate and get themselves ran over. Like, I feel like they want to be remembered. They want sympathy from everybody. I'm not going to give it to them. I'm not going to say, man, poor Johnny. You know, if he had just talked to somebody, I'm not going to do that because he chose to let an innocent person that was driving down the road, minding their own damn business, run him over, kill him, and now possibly ruin their lives.
Right.
And now they're straddled with that for the rest of their lives. I am not going to have sympathy for that guy. Y'all can kiss my butt.
Yep.
I'm not going to do it. Just like the guy yesterday in Jackson that I haven't even had a chance to make the video yet, but I can promise you today it's getting made. A brand new effed around and found out grand champion that was on 55 South at McDowell Road throwing stuff at cars. And somehow or another, a car, I don't know if they came back or what, but they ran his ass over.
They ran him over?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm not sure that he died or not. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed on that one.
But he was there throwing stuff at cars, and then and it ended with him getting ran over on the interstate. There's an epidemic of crackheads getting themselves ran over on the interstates around here.
If you walk on the interstate, unless your car was
broke down,
yeah, then you probably you probably need to get run over. Like, what are you walking on the interstate for? Like, I've never walked on the interstate in my entire life unless my car, like, I got a flat tire or something, other mechanical problem. I've never walked into the middle of the interstate. I just stood on the shoulder of the road.
I mean, but and I tell you, it's because, and we got to take this last break. It's because of the homeless, at least the epidemic of it on 55 South. It's because they've turned that cemetery there at Elton Road into a homeless encampment.
Right.
We'll be right back. Wind the plane down for the week. This is the Clay Edwards Show with Shaun Yurkturan. I mean, what do you guys in the comments think? I mean, are we wrong, or am I just seeing this through a different lens?
Yeah, no, I don't think so, man. I mean, I agree with you on it. I don't. No, like I said, I was trying to say at the break. I think there are good reasons why people commit suicide. You know, let's say you have a terminal illness. Right? Sure. Let's say you've dishonored your family and you want to. I get it. You know, like you've done something that's so bad, right?
Yeah.
That it's almost kind of honorable. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, you go in the backyard, you shoot yourself, like, you know, like, I don't know, you stole millions of dollars from somebody, or you molested a kid or something, or you did something that was so bad that you had to just, it said, you know what, I'm going to do the honorable thing, I'm going to take my own life. Spare my family I don't got a problem with that either. Like,
well, like I said, if somebody does it themselves, I don't care what the circumstances were, I'm gonna respect the family and not talk about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna respect if you did it yourself, but it's when you decide to drag an innocent person into it to do it for you, or like suicide by cop.
Yeah.
Or suicide by car.
Have the balls to fucking do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do it yourself. You can. I mean, I think that car running over is the worst thing. I mean, that could have ended in so many other ways. Fuck,
too.
Yeah. I mean, that could have fucked up a ton of people. But they're just, because that person didn't have the balls to pull the fucking trigger themselves. Yeah. It takes a lot of balls to shoot yourself, man. I mean, people always say, oh, coward. No, you ain't really a coward if you stick a gun to your head and fucking pull the trigger. I mean, you ain't a coward,
Yeah, I mean, it's still selfish, too.
It's selfish, but you ain't a coward. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it does take some nuts.
But again, we just live in this where we're supposed to give everybody equal sympathy. I'm supposed to give it to the panhandlers on the interstate. I'm supposed to give it to the crackheads and the prostitutes walking down the streets.
That's another thing I was going to ask.
I'm not doing it. I'm not giving them sympathy. The meth heads at the store on High Street or wherever else. I'm not giving you sympathy. Screw you and your bad situation.
Like the panhandler is a good example. So I feel I get all this guilt sometimes, right? Because a lot of times I'll give them money, right? But my grocery store next to my house, right, the one I was going to, that's where Lou's is next, and it's gonna be that bar. They're the same ones are out there every fucking day, right? Mm-hmm. And I can't go to the goddamn grocery store without getting accosted by the same panhandlers. So my grocery bill now goes up every day. And I finally, it's like, I run from them now. Finally, I got to where I'm not giving you guys any more money. I'm sick of it, And I feel guilty because, like, oh, man, I'm blessed and I make money and, like, I feel bad.
Don't feel guilty.
But now I'm saying I was feeling guilty. But it's gotten to the point where, like, all right, dude, you guys are here every day accosting me, And some of them, like, follow you to the fucking car. Like, it gets kind of, I don't know. And then the store, I went and talked to them about it because, like I said, I go in there every day. It's my little corner market. And they're like, well, we can't call Capitol Police because some people think it's bad to get rid of the pan. Like, I'm like, you've got a business here that people. Sometimes I don't want to go into the grocery store because there's so many of them sitting out there.
Well, that's a white liberalism disease that's infested Bellhaven and Fondren. Is oh no, it's racist to run off the panhandlers.
Right?
No, it's not. It's a normal act of it's normality. Quit normalizing cockroaches.
Right.
These people are cockroaches.
Well, or like if you're going to panhandle, can you panhandle on the corner of the street like every other panhandler?
Yep.
Then if I want to give you money on my car, I can. But I want to go to the store in peace and quiet.
All right, we're coming back from the break.
Yep.
All right, as we get ready to land the plane for the day, we got about 10 seconds left. Shaun Yurkturan, thank you. Fun show today.
Yep.
Everybody, y'all have a blessed weekend. Stay safe out there. Don't let me catch you panhandling in Jackson. Don't sit on the interstate throwing rocks and stuff at cars and expect not to get run over. And if you do, fully expect me to talk bad about you on the radio Monday. I'll see y'all out and about this weekend. Don't forget, join Shaun and I at McBee's tomorrow morning, 10:30 to noon for the sports show. Peace out. All right, guys, y'all stay blessed. Have a great weekend. Been a fun one this week. Peace out.
Man.